So I decided to do a smoky eye look with this palette today. Follow along with me to see my epic makeup fail and how I achieved this wonderful black smoky eye look. Alright, so because of the boycott, a lot of the products that I'm using I'm not going to be using on camera, so I've already done my eye primer and my brows. So now we're going to be going in with the Makeup by Mario palette. I'm going to be just going in with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into this first matte shade, the white shade, just to kind of set a base. So we're going to go in with this peach shade. I honestly am super excited to do this look, and I'm just going to use a big old fluffy brush to throw it in my crease. We're going to go in with this new shade over here. Same fluffy brush. So this is how the eye is looking so far. Very kind of, you know, orangey base. Alright, so I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush. So we're going to take a smaller fluffy brush, and we're going to go in with this dark, like, you know, olive brown, I guess you could say. And we're not bringing this all the way up into like the crease and like above the where the brow bone is. We're trying to keep this in the crease as much as possible. Just a little bit on the lid. So now that we've done that, we're gonna go in with this brown one over here. So this is how it's looking so far, really liking it. And this is where we're gonna get to the smoky-ish part. So I'm actually gonna go in with this dark chocolatey brown and kind of tap in these and mix these two shades. And we're just going to tap that on the outer corner. I know, I'm kind of messy with my eyeshadow application, but oh well. The thing with dark eyeshadows is, like, some dark eyeshadows you can't really, like, put them directly on your eye, expect them to blend out and whatnot. So I am trying not to get this too high in my crease, but, you know, stuff happens sometimes. So I'm just going to kind of buff this out. And this is the same original fluffy brush that I went in there with. So I'm just kind of buffing out the edges just to keep it soft. Now, I feel like it kind of looks black eye-ish, and that's totally normal for a smoky eye. Like, I know, you know, it's gonna look rough before it gets better, okay? Trust the process. I'm gonna take a flat packing brush like that, and we're gonna dip straight in the black. Ooh, that is so pigmented. And we're just gonna pack it on the lower lash line. And just smoke it up. Trying not to get it into the crease too much, but it's nearly impossible. Kind of going in with this flat brush and kind of like almost cutting out the crease a bit, just so that I don't go like too high into it. Alright, and then I'm going to take this tiny, like, fluffy brush and just blend it out. It's really tiny, really, really tiny. So you don't want it too high in the crease, but you want it blended. You want the edges blended. Don't want to look like you have a black eye. I know that it's not looking fantastic right now, but as I always say, trust the process. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick before I finished up my face and like did all the foundation and whatnot. This is how it looks all cleaned up. So it doesn't look as crazy like as I do with the fallout and whatnot. So I wanted to show you guys really quickly and just keep on trusting the process. So I figured I would at least show the blush because the blush is from a safe brand. So I'm using Desert Rose and I'm just using it on this big fluffy brush because I love this blush so much. I did not become a blush girly until this blush showed up. Yeah, see, it's such a gorgeous shade and it looks fabulous. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, for whatever reason, base did not turn out well today, but that's okay, it's makeup, it washes off. So we're just going to do lower lash line, we're just gonna go back in with the palette, we're just gonna go back in with that original peachy shade that we went in with, just this one. And we're just gonna basically do the same thing that we did on the lower lash line that we did on the upper lash line. Except a little bit different. And I know that it's kind of getting into the black, but we'll fix that in a second. And then we'll be going into that olive brown looking shade. Just going right in there. This one you can go a little deeper with because you do kind of want it to peek through. Deeper brown shade on this brush. And I'm just using the same pencil brush. That's one thing that I really like about smoky eyes in the lower lash line is you can kind of just use the same pencil brush for your lower lash line because it doesn't really matter. Sometimes it just kind of blends together anyways. I mean, some people like to use different brushes for different shades on their lower lash line, but for me, I don't care. I really don't. So we're just gonna move in with a fluffy flat brush and we're just gonna dip into those two, that red and that brown shade. And this one you want to kind of keep tighter to the waterline because you don't want this coming down too low, making you look like you have a black eye. So keep this to your lash line. You do kind of want to smoke it out a little bit, but not a lot. Alright, and now we're going to go in with that black shade. I'm just going to pat this. I'm going to connect it to that outer corner because we did accidentally connect it a couple times. And I'm just going to stamp this on the lower lash line. We're going to blend it out in a second, but we really just want to pack on the color. And we don't want to bring it too much into the inner corner. And now we're just going to go in with this peachy shade. And we're just going to pack this in the inner corner. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna tap it out with a clean makeup brush. And then we're gonna take that clean makeup brush and we're gonna dip into this transition shade that we were going in with. And we're just going to tap it off. Just gonna blend it in. We're just gonna take that peachy shade and just make sure that we keep that brightness in the inner corner. As much as we like that blend look in the middle, we want to keep that inner corner nice and bright. Right, so I'm just waiting for my mascara to dry. I did do a little slop on the bottom, so I'm gonna wait for the mascara to dry. In the meantime, I just figured I would keep you a little bit updated. So what I ended up having to do, because my base was just absolutely garbage, I ended up wiping the bottom off. I ended up putting a little bit of extra black shadow on the top just to kind of give it more depth, because it was starting to rub off when I was trying to like move my base and whatnot, and it was actually starting to mix in with the concealer that I had applied. I don't know if I just didn't set it correctly or what happened, just an off makeup day, but yeah, I ended up reapplying my under eye. I added more black. I actually brought it up a little bit to the crease this time just because it was kind of fading. I made sure to clean it up. I made sure to redo my under eyes. I didn't do the bottom shadow as much as I probably could have, but honestly, I think it still is looking fantastic so far. I did have to reapply my blush. It doesn't look the greatest, but so far so good. I have to reapply a lot of things, unfortunately, but sometimes that's just how it works. This was unfortunately a bit of a makeup fail, but I think the eye work still turned out great. So I'm going to continue on with lips really quickly, and then I'll come back once I've done cleaning up and I'll show you the final look. Alright, so I think with lipstick today, we're going to go in with Anastasia's Stripped. So we still have messy hair, but it was just in a ponytail, so get over it. Anyways, I think that the kind of messy to the side hair is pretty on brand right now, so let's just run with it. Anyways, this is the final smoky eye look. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. And yeah, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next video.